Like, this is just so special, but also bittersweet, because I know there's a tendency to group all African artists under Afrobeats. It's a thing, and even though Afrobeats has run things and has opened so many doors for us, African music is so diverse. It's more than just Afrobeats. I come from South Africa. I represent amapiano. I represent my culture, and I just want to shout out all the Afrobeats artists in this category with me. Shout out Thames, Ira Star, shout out Loj, shout out Rema, Whiskey, Burna Boy, all of us. Thank you to Afrobeats. You know, Afrobeats has opened so many doors for African music, so thank you so much to Afrobeats.
Afrobeats has been a controversial topic for a while now, and people and artists have had one or two things to say about it. Like, what is Afrobeat? Who are the artists considered as Afrobeat artists? Especially with Afrobeat awards going to non-Nigerian artists. Is Afrobeat only for Nigeria and for Nigerian artists? Or is it for other non-African artists? In this video, I'll be telling you how
Love my tiger!
and many others are Afrobeat artists. Make sure you watch to the end, because my final thought on this issue will either blow your mind or get you angry and you hate me. Make sure you like, subscribe, and drop your comments. Let's
Love my tiger!
to establish if Tyla is an Afrobeat artist or not. You have to first of all define what Afrobeat is and what you can consider an Afrobeat artist. Now, Afrobeats, not to be confused with Afrobeats. And if you can subscribe and stay tuned, I'm already working on a video that tells the difference between Afrobeats and Afrobeats, and also a video that will tell us the difference also between Afrobeats and amapiano. So please stay tuned, subscribe, so that turn on your notification bell so that you know when I drop the video. Now let's get back to Afrobeats. Afrobeats with an S, very important. Afrobeats is an umbrella term used to describe popular music from West Africa and the diaspora. So from West Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, and diaspora. So we have artists like Dako, who is from, he has lived almost all her life in England, and she's like she's English kind of already. Now let's say Nigerian British, but she's still considered an Afrobeat artist. If you don't know who that is, it's that girl of baby, baby, baby. Yeah, sorry, I don't know how to sing. Let us continue. So Afrobeats is less of a style per se and more of a descriptor of the fusion of sounds flowing out of Nigeria and Ghana and West African states. Now, genres such as highlife, juju music, hip life, Fuji music, hip hop music, Nigerian beats, Azonto music like Banku, Pom Pom, and many others were all amalgamated. Oh my god, how do they say that word? Amalgamated, like what what's his name did for us. Is it Clifford or Florence Shaw? Sorry, his husband. Guys, amalgamated for that word. All of us together, and now what we are now called Nigeria today. That is the same thing that happened. It is all this thing that was brought together. Don't let me use that word again, so that I will not bite my tongue. All those words, all those sound that I just said now was brought together. And that is what they now call Afrobeat, under the umbrella of Afrobeat. All those genre of music with its spice. Some were Western music, some were actually our music, like the Fuji, the pom-pom, you get. But some were Western music like hip hop that were added with a little bit of touch, a little bit of spice of the African spice in it, a little bit of heavy drums here and there, and a little bit of sound added to it, and the language also. And under that, big umbrella is what we call Afrobeats. It's an S. Hope you get what I'm saying. Now, a London-based DJ, which is called DJ Abranti, I'm sorry if I spoiled his name, was credited by The Guardian of coining the name Afrobeats, adding an S to Afrobeats in order to package and present the sound to the British dance floor. Now, this is now where I'm going to. We didn't come up with the name Afrobeats by ourselves. What we came up before, and which is different from Afrobeats, is Afrobeat, which was the genre which Fela was doing. Like I said, I have a video coming for it. Stay tuned. I'll explain that to you very well. But that was a Fela music, Afrobeat. Afrobeats was not coined by us. It was coined by the Western world, UK to be precise, after the explosion of Oliver Twist, to be precise, The Bunch, and some other hit record to P-Square and Co. That was when the DJ, when he was trying to present, okay, what's this? What are we going to call this African song to the UK? How are we going to say it is? Okay, let us say it is Afro Beats. Do you get? But who am I to be talking as if I know all these things and I was there or whatever? Although I did my very, very good research, But let's hear from some OGs, some people, some living legends. We are actually part of people that were instrumental in this movement.
So who gave Afrobeats the name? Was that developed in Africa or did the States put that on y'all?
Let me explain it to you. Afrobeats is Fela Kuti, legend called Fela Kuti.
Your grandfather managed him.
Yeah, that's Afrobeat. Years went by. Nigerian musicians started dropping music that was becoming something. Naturally, they needed to call it something to be able to
identify with.
Yes. Somehow they just said Afrobeat and added an S. I don't know how. I don't know what sense even that made, but that's what happened. And somewhere along the line, all the music that comes from Africa now, they just write Afrobeats.
So, but this is what I'm asking you. The name was originated, the Afrobeats.
It was not named Afrobeats. It was called Afrobeat.
It wasn't beats in Africa.
It wasn't Afrobeats in Africa.
Yeah.
You understand? We had high life. We have juju music. We have Fuji music. We have all types of music. We have South African Kwaito music. We have amapiano now. We have
even the word Afrobeats, like UK gave us that name because when the band had the Oliver Twist,
right,
that was like the biggest record in the country at the time. And they had to put a name on the genre because they was not going to accept it being pop or whatever.
Yeah, they always try.
So they said Afrobeat. But Afrobeat is really Fela.
That's right.
Genre. There's a type of sound that is Afrobeat, but we've been labeled as Afrobeat, so it's like it's too late now. It's like whatever.
This now leads to the question on everybody's mind: is Tyla an Afrobeat artist? As you can see, and I don't know if you have gathered, and you are following through the arguments right here. Afrobeats is not a style of music or a genre or even a particular sound per se, other than it has heavy, drums, pattern and beats. It is more of an umbrella. It is just used as an umbrella by the Western world to refer and classify African music or African artists, and they fail to understand. This is what the West failed to understand, or UK to be precise, when we were forming that. They fail to understand that African has a lot of music, a lot of genre, and no one particularly is doing Afro beats.
Well, but I will say that people, I think, are getting accustomed to talking about
other
artists
genre
from Africa who are making hip hop, who are making R&B,
exactly,
who are making,
bro, we have jazz music.
Amapiano,
like, we have
jazz,
people like
South African jazz everywhere.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody has what they are doing. Some have particular music genre they are doing, e.g. Fuji, high life, and things like that. Others you copied the Western world, copied the genre of the Western world, and put their own touch, African touch, with African spin, which we see something like Afro pop, Afro rap, Afro, Afro a lot of things, Afro R&B, Afro, just Afro, meaning they are putting their touch to all those things, or Afro fusion, like Burna Boy, which is Afrobeat mixture with almost everything and whatever. Even something like what Rema will call Afro rave too is more or less like an Afro fusion, meaning that they put everything together, more or less like fusing of everything together is like Afro fusion. So one is particularly, but everything is under the umbrella of Afrobeat. This is like a fusion of everything, just be fusing everything together.
Because Afrobeats really is the domestication of hip hop. That's what it is. It's fusion music. People try to keep on running. It's like Fela's Afrobeat is fusion.
But if you are following this logic, you will agree with me that Tyla is an Afrobeat artist right now. Because what she does, to me personally, is pop music. Pop with an African touch to it. It's South African touch, to be precise.
The global impact that water has had on the world just proves that African music can be pop music too.
So that is what, let's say, Afro pop, which is under the umbrella name Afrobeats, and she is, from that logic, an Afrobeats artist. So guys, forgive those ends. I would like to know what you think in the comment section. That's also Afrobeats, our African N, putting that beat, that sound into it. I would like to know what you feel in the comment section. I'm looking forward to it. Like this video, share with your friends, and like I said, there will be other videos coming to differentiate between Afrobeats and Afrobeats and amapiano. See you in my next video.
Love my tiger!